All right, guys, happy September. I am so excited for our second call of the month. I wanted to do some recognition before we got started. So first and foremost, I want to give Katrina a special shout out. She is continuously leading the way in being a top-ranked person on the leadership ladder for our team. She does it month after month. And it's something that we are going to continue to focus on as a team. And I'm actually trying to get Milan Jensen on one of our upcoming team calls because she talks a lot about the importance of volume and getting emeralds clear through your downline and all of those things. So Keeper, I appreciate your leadership in continuing to, no matter what it takes, she gets it done. She makes it happen. The other ones is I wanted to give a special shout out to Kim Barberi, which I know she's not on the call, Vicky, Crystal, Ben, and Nicole, who are all business starters on the leadership ladder, which means, guys, that they all hit Success Club last month. So they helped a minimum of 3 people. They all made at least $100, so they're getting their products paid for. And they are continuously building momentum in their business. And so if you are totally confused at what I'm talking about on the leadership ladder, I want to invite you to go into your back office and click on the link that says news and training, and then training, and then leadership ladder. And you can read all about how that happens. Also in the team page, if you search leadership ladder, I've given trainings on it and specifics of exactly how you get on the leadership ladder. And if you have any specific questions on that. And then last month we had quite a few people who achieved Success Club that hadn't ever hit Success Club before, or it had been a little while since they did that. So I'm going to be asking them to maybe do a little bit of spotlighting in the team page of what that looks like, maybe a couple-minute live video of what they did differently, because I think that we can all just continue to learn from each other. It's great to learn from, Katrina and I, who you hear from all the time, but I think there's sometimes we get tired of hearing from us because we like to talk a lot. And we do feel like we have a lot of value to add to the team, but we want to hear from the new upcoming leaders because we remember what it was like to be new. We remember what it was like to be like, holy crap, how is Mindy, Becky, Christina, all of those people doing these things? And then we started doing them ourselves. So let's see. I am going to be getting all of the numbers added up, and Katrina and I will be announcing the first honorary members of the 500 Club. It's something brand new for our team. We've never done anything like this before. But I decided last month that we needed to do something else because recognition is a vital behavior of ours. And we do like to celebrate, and it's always fun to get something cool. So if you were a 500 Club member in the month of August, you will be getting a mug by the end of the month, hopefully early October, because we all know that I procrastinate like a mofo, and getting to the mail is not my forte. But you will get a special mug that welcomes you into the 500 Club. You will continue to get recognition every month, but you will only earn the mug one time. We may do something later on down the road where we, celebrate people who continue to hit it every month, because I know we have those. But there's quite a few people who hit that, and I'm excited to put that list together with Katrina and celebrate everyone.
Which slides?
Any recognition shout outs you want to do before I jump into the content? I think I'm catching her at dinner time, so oh, never mind.
No, it's Nutella. Oh. But no, you hit Kim. Kim always comes through. She's great. New coach shout out. Jessica's hit Success Club every single month since she's been a coach. That's awesome, Jessica Ward. So I have to give her a huge shout out because coming into this, wanting to just better yourself and hitting Success Club every month is amazing. major thing as a new coach. So good job, Jess. I don't think she's on the call, but those would be my new shout outs, other than Sally's brand new to this. She's totally awesome. She's jumped on the board to get on to Super Saturday and just putting her best foot forward. She is in a whole bunch of Facebook groups she wasn't a coach at the time, and she was coaching even though she wasn't a coach, and people were like, "Are you a coach? I want you to be my coach." And that was when it was like, it's time for her to step up. And when we talked about it, with no hesitation, she jumped in, and she's already got Success Club on her goal board. So it just makes me really happy when we run into people that want to run with us, and it really makes everybody's job more fun when people are running alongside you. So yeah, there's my shout outs.
Awesome. I love it. And Nicole, I know you jumped on a little bit later, but I was just congratulating everyone. I just got the information, but you are a business starter, which is on the leadership ladder. And Nicole's also a brand new coach. I shared last week that she was actually on another team, and she had asked me months and months and months ago, "Hey, how can I be on your team? Can you mentor me? Can you this? Can you that?" And I was like, "That's not how we work." And probably 4 or 5 months later, she came to me and she said, "Listen, I talked to my coach, and I want you to be my coach. Like, my coach isn't working the business. She's not doing anything. She works out. She drinks her shake, but I need somebody who's going to do this with me." And I'm like, if you've already cleared it because I don't take people's customers or clients, if you really want to come over, you can, but that conversation needs to be had. And the girl hasn't stopped since she got had a couple moments where she's questioned, like, am I doing this right? Or I want to make sure. And literally, she's coachable. She takes feedback, and I'm super, super excited. This is, I see her face on the call each week, and I just appreciate you. And same with Des. She is killing it. She has inspired me since she got started. So, and huge props to Victoria, because no matter what, she's super pregnant and she's hit roadblocks. She shared with us last week that she was having some struggles, but I know what it takes to get this time away from your family and to jump onto these calls. And the fact that we have started Team Call Tuesday, where we're here every single Tuesday, no matter what, I just appreciate you. And everyone that listens to it later, thank you guys for taking the time to do that, because I know that life is busy, and we all are. And so what I wanted to share with you guys tonight, the next few weeks, we're going to have speakers on the call. And so you're not going to hear from Katrina and I much. We might do our recognition in the morning or in the beginning. And we might have a little bit of time for Q&As. But we are going to have some phenomenal speakers who are going to bring you guys some content. So I highly recommend you get on these calls if you're ready to move your business forward and you want to learn from other people besides us. So tonight, I wanted to talk to you guys really about building this business with intention and give you guys tips to be successful. It's one thing to, be inspired by people, but it's another thing to inspire yourself and run your own race and do your own journey. And so here's a few things that I wrote down that I really want to help you guys with. So number one, guys, if you're new to this business, or you are just jumping in, or you are starting to reinvent yourself, I don't want you to think of this as network marketing. I want you to think of this as relationship marketing, right? Anybody can go out and sell anything. It takes a lot of work to build relationships with people. And the way that I was thinking about it today when I was putting together this content is, if you were in a grocery store and you ran into somebody and you're like, "Hey, I want to be your friend." I watched Desi do this on a video the other day, actually. You wouldn't walk up to them and immediately try to sell them on something, right? You wouldn't be like, "Hey, what's up, Sally? Oh my gosh, I have this amazing shake. I think you would really love it." And Sally's like, "Who the hell are you?" And so that's what's happening when we are cold messaging people. And I will tell you, I've been a cold messenger. I have preached cold messaging. And I'm not going to say that I don't ever do it, but I want us to really think about where we have that gap, because so many people are saying right now, my messages are just getting ignored. And to me, that's a big red flag. And so I want to help you guys stop having to feel like you're hustling so hard and not getting anywhere, and really work on those relationships. So instead of walking up to Sally and being like, "Hey, Sally, I have this awesome challenge pack," which Sally's like, "The hell's a challenge pack? I already work out. I already eat clean. what do you have to offer me? You'd walk up and say, Sally, I love your top. Where did you get it from? Sally, I see you have a son that is the same age as mine. Actually, that's how Sally and I met. We met at a pool like 5 or 6 years ago. And that's how we met. And, so you want to figure out how you're building relationships with these people. I'm not joking with you. I met a mom in TJ Maxx last week. The girls, I've been helping my girlfriend with her daughter. She's a teacher, and she came into a bind this year and doesn't have childcare. So 4 days a week, I have someone else's child. And we go and do stuff. And I was in Marshall's, and we stopped at the little girl's shoes, and we were picking them up, and she stopped similar. And so we're talking for like 10 minutes, which I'm like, I kind of feel like this is like a blind date, super awkward. But eventually I was like, are you on Facebook? And she was like, yeah. I was like, we should connect. I was like, the girls and I come down here and we do play dates and stuff like that. We should get together. And she was like, yeah, totally. So now we're friends on Facebook. Me and this girl, Holly, are friends on Facebook. I have not cold messaged her. I've not tried to sell her anything. I'm genuinely trying to build a relationship with her. And so that's my number one tip for you guys, is build a relationship first. And you might be thinking to yourself, okay, well, you've told me to go out and send 50 invites. I haven't started 50 relationships. Okay, well, guess what? Guess we have work to do this month, right? You have however many people you have on your Facebook today. I want you to go and I want you to see how many people you have, right? So if I go to my Facebook and I have, let's see, 4,268 friends. I want to set a goal to add 100 new friends this month. So I feel like you guys that are brand new that maybe only have a couple hundred friends are at such a better advantage than me of building those relationships. Because now I need to work through this list and I need to figure out how I can start connecting with people. The other thing is, guys, if you have went and just randomly added people the way that I have, I want to encourage you not to do this, because I'm finding there's a lot of people that are showing up on my friends list that are not a part of my tribe. I wouldn't want to spend a weekend with them. I wouldn't want to travel with them, right? And so I'm unfriending those people. I'm not judging them, but I legitimately am running a business here, and I'm looking for people who want to run with me, like Katrina said, because at the end of the day, this is my business, right? And if I was a CEO of a corporation, some of these people on my friends list, I wouldn't employ because of the crap they're posting. Like, I wouldn't. And the more that I look at their page, I'm like, yeah, no, we don't vibe, we don't mesh. So I hope that makes sense. So make sure that the people that you are messaging are people that you would actually want to spend time with. Katrina and I travel together probably 6 to 7 times a year. We were texting about this the other day. Like, we love traveling together because we get each other. We know when each other's irritated. We know when each other's excited. We know how to rally each other. We know if one of us forgot something, we can borrow it. We're comfortable sleeping in the same room together. We're comfortable giving each other constructive feedback. Those are the people that I want in my circle, people who are going to do that. And I'm not saying you have to have that relationship with every single coach on your team or challenger on your team, but it makes it a lot more enjoyable to have those relationships. Okay, what else do I have? So huge thing, guys, is you need to look at this business as if you're going to have a learning curve. So a lot of you have come to me and say, God, I've been at this for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and I just don't know if this is for me. I just don't know if I can do this. That's exactly how you feel when you first start a job, or you go back to school, or you're taking an online class, right? Because there's a learning curve there. You have to get comfortable with the content. You have to understand.
What's wrong?
Hold on. Jen, will you mute yourself, babe?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. You have to be okay with that learning curve, because it's not going to come naturally. A lot of you guys have never done anything like this before, right? Some of you have never even had a sales background or experience. And when people ask me what I sell, you want to know the number one, or God's honest answer that I say to them without hesitation? I offer hope. I sell hope. Yes, I represent the company Beachbody, but I'm giving people hope because that's what it's done for me. And I know the possibility that it has in this business for other people. Yes, we have products. Yes, we have amazing programs that, you know, help people completely transform their bodies. But for me, fitness starts from the inside out. And that's the journey that I'm taking people on. The next thing is you want to align your goals with helping others, right? So if you're working this business, your goal needs to be helping other people. It can't just be me, 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 me. And it's easy to do that, especially when you're focused on things like rank, or you're focused on an income goal or a bonus or things like that. And it sometimes is hard, like, to translate that to your team and be like, no, this is about us. Because sometimes your team will feel like, oh, it's about you, but you get the $1,000 bonus at the end of the quarter. I don't get anything. But you need to help them understand how it is about them, because you are planting the seed for them to do the same thing that you've done. You're giving them an opportunity to do the same exact thing. When my coach went for elite, I had no idea what that meant. I just knew I wanted to do it because she had done it. When my coach told me, you know, you get to 2-star and you get to open up a second business center, I had no idea what that meant. So I went to YouTube and I was like, what does it mean to go 2-star? What is a golden egg opportunity? Why do you make more money when you get a second business center? I had to figure those things out because I wanted them, because my coach, you know, she led the way for me. She paved the way for me. The other thing is, please don't try to reinvent the wheel. There's so many amazing ways to do things, but stick to the basic. The 4 vitals are there for a reason, right? So you want to read a book, drink a shake, get your workout in, and love on people, which is recognition, basically, right? So don't try to follow the basics of the business. If you try to go and do all of these other things and you're finding yourself overwhelmed and you can't get on calls and you can't catch up with your coach basics because you're trying to make pretty graphics or all this other content for your new challengers or coaches, I'm going to say, go back to the basics. If you need content for your challengers and you don't feel comfortable creating it off the fly of your head, in the back office, there's all that information there for you until you learn to get comfortable. I'm the first one to tell you I'm not a scripts person. So when people come to me and say, oh, I need a script for that, or how would you respond to that? I normally just tell them how I would respond by like voice to text on my phone, and I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, wow, that just comes so natural to you. But guess what? It's because I've practiced. And that's the next point, is I want you to practice getting comfortable with communication. I want you to practice getting comfortable with posting. If you go 4 days without posting and then you make a post saying, join my challenge group, guys, nobody's going to join, right? So you just have to get comfortable putting yourself out there, getting vulnerable. If you don't want to make a post and you want some feedback on it, put it in the team page. We will help you. Or ask your coach or upline to go to your Facebook page and give you some social media feedback. And if you don't feel comfortable with one of them, maybe go to somebody who you notice does it really well and get some feedback from them. Next thing is just follow Coach Basics. If you feel lost, there is a training for you. We have... we do have Coach Basics content in our team page. We do have coach training groups that we can get you put into. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. And I know that sometimes my directive might come off harsh to people, and that is not what I'm trying to. I want to help you be self-taught leaders, because that is how I know you're going to be successful. We could spoon feed you all of this information, but it's going to be a lot easier for you to go out and know how to navigate, so that when you have people coming into the business, you know where and how to direct them. So if we say, hey, check here, or YouTube this video, or check Coach Basics day, whatever, that's why. The other thing is stay engaged in the team page and get connected. So staying engaged, if you're constantly, feeling like you're running this business by yourself, maybe you need to lean on your team. And I think that we have a really amazing team, and we really lift each other up and give positive feedback and affirmations and constructive criticism and all those things. So lean in. And plug your discount coaches into our team page. Here's why. I started out as a discount coach. Katrina told me if I ever asked her to work the business, she'd quit, right? Melanie Mitro's husband, Melanie Mitro, 3-time top coach, she was looking for, an opportunity to get into shape and used her birthday money. Like, we all start somewhere. Mindy bought her program, didn't even tell her husband, didn't think she could inspire anyone. So just get everyone plugged in so that they understand the opportunity that's on their lap. And people are like, wait, you add all your coaches in there? I add all my coaches into our team page because I want them all to know they have the same opportunity. Get connected. I would definitely get to live events like Super Saturday because that's going to get you connected with other coaches in the area. Step outside your comfort zone. Go introduce yourself to somebody that's not on our team. Go into the Beachbody Champions page. If you need access to that, let us know. We will get you added. You just have to be approved by them. Start talking to people. I would say find maybe 1 or 2 coaches that you admire or you think are really awesome and follow them on social media. See how they post. What types of things are they doing to engage people? Don't be a copycat, but just learn from them because it's really going to help you understand how social media works. I am at a place in my business, Colleen talked about this in a video I shared today. I'm in a place in my business where if I don't post anything from 1 o'clock on a Monday on Labor Day until 8 o'clock the next morning, I'm still going to earn an income. But some of you are brand new to this business or are just trying to get your business off the ground. If you take a break like that, it can be detrimental. So make sure you're posting 3 to 5 times per day. I already kind of talked about this, but it's raising your confidence level and practicing. So you're only going to get comfortable by doing things. My first video, we didn't have live, but you could record videos on your phone and post them to Facebook. I literally said like 14 times. I didn't smile at all. I don't feel like I was very personable, but I kept doing it and that helped me with my confidence level. And now I have no problem going live. I have no problem speaking on team calls. I have no problem going to those sorts of things. Yes, do I still get a little bit nervous when I'm speaking on specific content or topics? Absolutely. I don't think I'll ever get not fully comfortable with that, but my confidence level is that I know that I can do it because I continue to practice and doing it. Same with airing all my shit and all my dirty laundry, right? Well, not all of it, but you know what I mean? Sharing my truth. I do it, and it doesn't mean that it's not uncomfortable to me because it totally is. But I'm confident that my market, I know who I'm talking to, that there's going to be people out there that say, you know what? I related to that post Melissa made. Melissa's still at this almost 4 years later. She must be doing something right. So I know who I'm talking to. That's another piece, guys. You have to figure out who you're talking to. And I know I used to hear that on calls, and I was like, okay, got it. Don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm talking to whoever wants to listen, right? No, you have to figure out who you're speaking to, because without knowing that, you're talking to everyone, and it's just going to be like this. Like Katrina, she knows that when she's talking, like right now, she's posting a lot of stuff about plant-based diet. Guess what? She's going to get a huge following from that because she already has a market of people that follow her who are at the gym constantly, who are busy moms that are looking for different recipes, who are professional trainers who eat this way already, who are looking for, another opportunity. Vicky, she's a single mom. She shares a lot of really deep, impactful, inspiring posts. She told us that there was a time before she was a coach, she was sharing all of these things, and she had stopped posting. People started messaging her like, hey, you were offering inspiration. What happened to you, right? So she knows who she's talking to. And just be yourself. That's so, so huge. And it took me a long time to realize that. I wouldn't say a long time, but it took me a little while to realize that you could be yourself and build this business, and you don't have to be the same as Amy Silverman. You don't have to be the same as Melanie Mitro. You don't have to be the same as Becky or Christina or any of those coaches. You get to be yourself, because there's billions of people out there who need this opportunity, and they're going to relate to your story. They're going to relate to what you're doing, and you get to grow yourself in the meantime. Let's see. The more on the building the if people are ignoring you, just make sure you're building that relationship, which we already kind of talked about that. Let's see. You want to continue to give. And what I mean by that, guys, is you want to give your clients and your audience and the people in your market as much information on things that you think would relate to them, right? So what do you need in your life, right? Katrina, like I just said, she's doing this free plant-based group right now, and she's giving away free content right now. For me, I'm doing a 7-day clean eating group, right? So I have over 100 people in there, and they all need to figure out how to eat clean, right? So figure out what it is. Maybe you're a runner and you want to connect with other runners. Maybe you are a fashion person, and every time you post a picture in a cute graphic tee, people are like, I need that shirt. Where did you get it? Right? So figure out what it is. Maybe you're super freaking organized and you can take people on a 7-day group. Not me. On how to organize your closets or your spice cabinets or your life, whatever that is. Maybe you're a couponer, right? You aren't just Beachbody. You didn't sign up and all of a sudden now you're just this ripped person with 6-pack abs and gonna change people that way. Don't try to be something that you're not. I don't ever try to portray that I'm gonna be the coach that's gonna get somebody abs. Like, I literally indulge and I share and all of those things. Like, our programs will definitely do that, but I talk to my market, and that's what I want to encourage you guys to do. I'm a hot mess mom, hashtag hot mess mini me. That was Jenna tonight. People are like empathizing with me because I'm a sports mom, and I was saying how I felt bad about leaving the field. My market understands that because they're sports moms too. So that is really what I wanted to share with you guys today. Like I share with you all the time, this business is very simple. And it can be easy, but you have to make sure that you're maximizing your time. If you don't have some sort of system in place, I want to encourage you to do that, because I can tell you for 3 years, I operated without a system, and working on the fly works for me. But for so many of you, I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't. I know you have to have a system in place. I know you have to have a monthly marketing calendar, which is why I started implementing that last month, so that you guys know what you can expect. We have Team Call Tuesday every Tuesday. You just have to figure out what works for you, because not everything is going to work for everyone the same exact way. And that's the beauty of the business. If you hate the way that I run it, guess what? You have your own business and you get to run it however you want. Maybe you're not a hot mess. Maybe you're like organizational queen and you have a system and filing thing for everyone, and every single challenger that comes in gets a free ebook and all these things. That's awesome. Utilize that. You're going to attract those types of people. Me, I kind of have a mixture of both, and 4 people that join me. But you get it. I want to leave this time for you guys to ask questions, for Katrina to add any input, for anyone to add any input, because that's important to me. And ask any questions you might have.
Okay, Melissa, this is totally off topic, but can you hear me? Hello. All right. I didn't realize only one person could talk at a time. That is crazy. So this whole thing is new for me. People are just now, so I sent out a massive amount of messages. Pretty much all the same. I switched it up a little bit so not everybody got the same exact thing, but it's pretty close. People are responding now, and they're like, hey, I want more information. Yes, definitely. So this is great. Now, oh, I got it. So I guess what I struggle with is how do I switch it from like building the conversation and just the friendship to suddenly talking about like the financial parts of it.
So I'm going to ask you a question, then you can answer before I fully go in it. Does talking about the financial part of it make you uncomfortable?
Yes, it does. And I think that there's the reason why, and the reason why is because I feel like even though I feel like I know everything that there can be of it, because I've studied and studied and studied, but I still feel like it's just the transition portion of it. Like this one girl, I'm like, talking to her, she had a tummy tuck, she had all this other stuff, she's really motivated. And then she's like, oh, I could tell that everything I've done is so worth it. Now I just need to keep building muscle. And so I've talked to her about that, about how what I do in the program that we're on can help her. But then it's like, now it comes down to talking about like how to sign her up. Like, how do I sign her up? I don't even know how to do that portion. Like, how do I transition it to like, oh, well, here's the information.
So I'm going to have a two-part to this. I asked you if you were uncomfortable about talking about money because I could sense it in hearing, and I was there too. And I realized that was my own issue. And this might help all of you guys, is if we're holding on to that issue of, oh God, it's $160. I don't know if they want to make that investment. We're making this decision for our clients, and that is showing in our conversation. But I would say if you have gathered enough information about this and you feel like you're at a place where you're ready to do it, I would just say, so it sounds like you're looking for something. I feel like I have a solution that I could help you with that tightening and toning. And if girlfriend is getting tummy tucks and all this other stuff, and she's spent thousands of dollars on it, she probably isn't gonna, have an issue. The other thing that I like to do is I like to break down the price for them. And so if she says, well, I already have a gym membership, I'll straight up ask them, how much are you spending on your gym membership annually? Oh, well, I'm spending $489 a year. Okay. What are the things that you like to do at the gym? Oh, well, sometimes I walk on the treadmill, Okay. What else? Well, I don't really feel comfortable doing weights at the gym. Would you feel more comfortable doing weights at home? So it's really just asking more questions. So you're seeking to understand. But once you've gathered enough information, you've basically earned that right to ask for the sale. You know what I mean? I know it's uncomfortable, but I think that goes back to that practicing piece. Does that help at all?
Cool. Yeah, it does. I think, so I'm just going to try to keep talking through it, and trial and error, right? Trial and error. That's all I can do. If it doesn't work, then I'll learn with the next one.
Well, and the cool part is if she gives you a price objection. So if you go into the team page and you use that little magnifying glass and it says search and you type, I'll see if I can tag you in it because I don't know what I listed it under. But Bonnie Engel, who is like the #2 coach in the network, has been a top 10 coach for the last 2 years. She actually gave us like a graphic in a group I was a part of, and it has price objections. And so maybe that will help.
Okay.
So I'll do that once we get off the call. But here's the thing is if it's a no right now, that's a follow-up later. You know what I mean? Just
okay.
continuing to build that relationship. And if somebody's telling you that they want to build muscle and they want to tone, I'm going to ask them what they're doing currently to do that, because you can eat all the clean in the world, but you need to start lifting weights and doing other things if you want to tone your body, right? And I know for me, I was never comfortable using weights at the gym because I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So now I have private you guys should have seen me today with Sagi. Like literally I was like cussing, and I got this other little boy, this other lady. Okay, so now I have these kids that I'm babysitting. But this other little boy started today, and I know his parents, and so it wasn't that awkward, but she came here like an hour early, and I just was about to start my workout, and the kids were all asleep. And she's like, oh, well, how long has he been asleep? I was like, oh, probably 30 minutes. And she's like, oh, well, don't worry about it. Like, I'll just sit here and I'll wait for him to wake up. I'm like, oh, great. So I have my 20-pound freaking weights, and I'm trying to work out, and I have stupid arthritis in this elbow, and it barely bends, and I'm like cussing at Sagi while she's sitting at my table working on her phone. So it was like awkward for me, but I wasn't going to stop. Like it almost was like kind of fuel for me just to keep going. She's been a client of mine she started with her sister-in-law, and her sister-in-law quit. And so she's been a client of mine for like a year. But it's uncomfortable, right? So just ask those questions to really understand what your challengers or your potential clients are facing, because that'll really help you understand.
Mm.
We have 1 minute left, guys. Does anyone else have anything? Okay. Well, again, I thank you guys for getting on the call tonight. And next week we have my friend Charlie, who is in Texas. He got to Diamond. He was a coach like Nicole on another team. He canceled, waited 6 months, signed up under like his kid's name or something with Mindy, canceled that account, re-signed up under his name, and literally has been on fire since then. He did it with Mindy, and he literally has been on fire, and he got to Diamond in like, I don't know, 6 weeks, because he knew what he wanted and he just went for it. And so he's going to speak next week. And then the week after we have Melanie Mitch, or not Melanie Mitchell. I'm trying to get Melanie Mitchell on one of our calls. We have Brigitte Linford, who is another one of the elite coaches who I've just admired since I started this business. She's dealt with a ton of depression. She's faced a ton of adversity. When they signed up, I think she was on like food stamps. And now she's a 7-figure earner. She's on the cab. She's incredible. She's going to be talking to us. And then my girlfriend Kelly is at the end of the month. She's the last Tuesday of the month. And she is really, really phenomenal. She's in San Diego, and she came in and has taken this business by storm. She's on Diesel Nation also. So she's like on a sister team. And she is like 4-star diamond qualifying right now. She will hit elite this year. She's only been a coach for like less than 2 years, or maybe it's been 2 years. She was in pharmaceutical sales, still works full time, has 2 little boys. And so super relatable stuff that can help you guys. I hope you have